Breaking news out of Indianapolis, a grease truck driver savagely stabbed in an alleyway brawl is now firing back with a $1 million lawsuit against former NFL quarterback Mark Sanchez and his employer Fox Sports. This explosive case has ignited a firestorm, exposing deep rifts within the network and dredging up a victim's haunting family history of violence. So stay with me as we unpack the chaos that unfolded over one brutal night. I'm Joseph Morris, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more unfiltered breakdowns of the story shaking up the headlines. So let's rewind to the early hours of October 4th. It's around 12:30 a.m. in downtown Indianapolis, and 66-year-old Perry Tole is just doing his job, collecting used kitchen grease from restaurants in the box truck. Perry's no stranger to hard knocks. He's a musician at heart, a graduate of the Jamaica School of Music who once rocked stages with the progressive rock reggae band Native. But on this night, his routine turned into a nightmare when he pulls up to a hotel loading dock to make a quick turnaround. That's when Mark Sanchez, the 38-year-old ex-Jets quarterback turned Fox Sports analyst, enters the picture. Mark's in town to broadcast the Raiders Colts game that Sunday, staying at the same hotel. Hotel security footage and Perry's own account paint a frantic scene. Mark, reeking of booze and slurring his words, stumbles out and starts yelling at Perry for blocking the dock. What starts as a heated exchange escalates fast. Mark allegedly shoves Perry, then climbs into the truck's cab, refusing to leave. Perry, fearing for his life, grabs his pepper spray and blasts Mark in the face. But Mark doesn't back down. He lunges again, tackling the smaller man. Perry's no match for Mark's 6'2", 230-pound frame. They tumble into the alley, crashing against a dumpster and splintered wooden pallets. Perry pulls a knife in desperation, stabbing Mark several times in the chest. "This guy is trying to kill me," Perry later tells police, his voice shaking as he recounts the horror. Mark staggers away, bleeding heavily, and collapses near a nearby pub. A bartender spots him and dials 911. Paramedics rush Mark to the hospital in critical condition, his lung punctured, fighting for every breath. Meanwhile, Perry's left sprawled in the alley, his face a mangled mess. Mark, in the chaos, had turned the tables, grabbing Perry's own knife and plunging it through his cheek, slicing deep into his tongue and jaw. Blood pools everywhere as Perry claws his way to safety, calling for help himself. By Saturday morning, both men are in the ER, worlds colliding in the sterile hum of machines and monitors. Heartbreaking photos leak out Monday. Perry, the tough-as-nails driver with grease-stained hands, now bandaged and braced. A jagged gash carving his face like a war scar. Crimson streaks on his sheets. He's got fractures in his neck, shredded muscles in his jaw. Doctors say he'll carry these marks forever. His speech is now slurred. His eating is a struggle, and his confidence has been totally shattered. Mark pulls through the surgery, but the fallout hits hard. Police haul him in Sunday on charges of battery with injury, public intoxication, and unlawful entry into a vehicle. And then Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears steps in, reviewing the bloody evidence. The charges upgrade to a level 5 felony battery causing serious injury, up to 6 years behind bars if convicted. Mark's team files a motion Monday to skip the pretrial hearing, entering a not guilty plea by mail. He hasn't uttered a word publicly, but whispers from his camp hint at self-defense, claiming Perry struck first. Now, fast forward to this week, Perry, still bandaged and seething, drops a bombshell lawsuit against Mark and Fox Sports. Filed in Marion County Court, it's a gut-wrenching 20-page takedown seeking compensatory damage and punitive damage in the millions. Enough to cover his surgeries, his lost wages, his endless therapy for the nightmares that jolt him awake. The suit lays it bare. Mark's alleged malicious, willful, wanton, or grossly negligent conduct left Perry with severe, permanent disfigurement, loss of function, physical injuries, emotional distress. And get this, Perry's lawyers zero in on Fox, accusing them of negligent hiring and supervision. They claim the network, quote, knew or should have known about Mark's propensity for drinking and harmful conduct, end quote, painting a picture of a broadcaster with a bar tab longer than his play calling career. Inside Fox, it's a pandemonium, a civil war erupting in the control room. Insiders leak that producers are furious, blindsided by Mark's bar crawl the night before the big game. He was yanked from the broadcast booth, swapped out for ex-Browns QB Braden Quinn mid-prep. Colleagues are divided. Some defend Mark as a hothead under pressure. Others whisper he's been a ticking time bomb since his USC days, with old teammates recalling wild nights that ended in black eyes and big bar tabs. One veteran analyst tells me off record it sparked heated debates in the green room. Like, is Fox protecting its stars too much, or is this just one bad apple? The network's stonewalling, but the lawsuits forcing uncomfortable spotlights on their vetting process. Did they ignore the red flags? Hired a guy with a history of scrapes because his jersey sells. But here's where Perry's story cuts even deeper. This isn't his first brush with senseless violence. It's a cruel echo from his own family's past. Rewind to November 2021 when Perry sat for a local Fox 59 interview, his voice steady but eyes haunted, advocating for gun violence awareness. His sister-in-law, Marcy Bernal, his wife's sister, had been gunned down a decade earlier on October 21st, 2011, during an overnight shift at a Village Pantry gas station. A 15-year-old robber pumped bullets into her chest, over $40 in the till. Marcy survived, but barely. Paralyzed from the waist down, her independence stolen in an instant. Perry stood by her side back then, gripping her hand in the studio light. Writing about her fight, he said, "She has lost her independence, her ability to be an individual living on her own, living her own life the way she wants to." Those words hit different now, don't they? Perry's staring down the same abyss, permanently scarred, his music dreams sidelined by pain meds and physio. From bystander to victim, it's like fate's twisted knife, turning a man who uplifted others into the one pleading for justice. As the gavel looms, Perry's suit could drag Fox into a reckoning, forcing depositions that peel back the curtain on late-night prep sessions fueled by liquid courage. Mark's legacy, once golden arm and gridiron glory, now teeters on his alleyway frenzy. Will it end in a plea deal or courtroom circus, or a quiet settlement sealed with NDAs? In my view, this isn't just a bar fight gone viral, it's a stark reminder that fame's armor cracks under pressure, especially when booze blurs the lines. Perry Tole deserves his day, not as a footnote in some quarterback's comeback tale, but as a hard-working everyman who fought back against the unthinkable. Fox, well, they better audit their star systems before the next highlight reel turns into a highlight of hypocrisy. These cases expose how thin the line is between broadcast booth and breaking point. And honestly, it makes you question who we're really cheering for off the field. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe and leave a comment because I read everyone, or I at least try to. Bye guys.